Hi, everybody, and welcome to Word Affinity, a podcast which has everything to do with words. This is your host, Sarah, and today I'm going to be talking about the best novel to movie adaptations ever. Now, this is just my opinion, but it is a particularly good one, so you should listen to it. Now, before I get into the list of the movies and shows and adaptations or whatever, I just wanted to tell you something. So, I have a rule in my life. I never watch the movie before reading the book on which it was based. This is because if the book isn't incredible, there is an 85% chance that the movie will be a fiasco because movies almost never live up to the book, at least in my opinion. If I find the book to be spectacular, only then do I go and spend my time on the movie or show based on it. Now, there's a problem with adaptations, and that is that they can never appeal to everyone. This is because when somebody reads a book, they imagine a completely different world for the characters than somebody else who has also read the book. When they see the movie, which will be the same for both, it will surely match closer with one of the person's imaginative world than the others. Then sometimes the movie might be completely different from both of their interpretations, or might turn out to be a better rendering of the book for one of them, which is like an impossible possibility. But sure. And there are a million possibilities as to how a person will react to a movie based or adapted from a book. And the thing is that there are 100 different things that can happen when a person watches a movie, whether they think it's good, bad, mediocre, or whatever. There's this other thing also, and that is that the books that we read, we have this emotional connection with it because we live in a digital age and most people don't read a lot right now. So the few books that we have read, we have this emotional connection, and whenever we watch adaptations, they are not as good as the books because the books itself are amazing and they are this integral part of our life. So yeah. Also, the film industry is really odd. Most of the time, they don't think of their own films but just take the penned words of an author and turn those into something that doesn't really capture the essence of the carefully crafted words that the author wrote. Like I said, they are really, really weird. But thankfully, not all films adapted from books are like Ginny Weasley in the movies. Not throwing shade at Bonnie Wright, I think she's a wonderful actress, but the character in the movies, they made Ginny weak and she ain't weak, so yeah. Moving on from that, here are the 5 best novel to movie adaptations according to me. So the first one, I'm sure most of us have heard of this. It's a big movie and it's also one of my personal favorites. It is Little Women, the 2019 version by Greta Gerwig. So I am in love with the book. No, seriously, I'm not just saying it like that. I have read Little Women more than 16 times, and Jo March, man. She's everything I've ever wanted to be. I think I haven't expressed my love for this book enough. And I just want to say that Greta Gerwig's rendition of Alcott's story is just the freshest adaptation ever. She took a 150-year-old piece of feminist literature, added a modern tone to it, and brought it out to the world at the perfect time. The chaos of overlapping personalities of the March sisters, the subtle prominence of female strength, and the motherly warmth or atmosphere of the entire book are all perfectly captured in the movie. Jo March, the reason Little Women became a phenomenon and is cherished by readers after all these years, is portrayed in an unparalleled way by Saoirse Ronan, and Jo's tumultuous and strong, chaotic energy is brought by her in the best way possible. Timothée Chalamet also perfectly captured Laurie's headstrong personality. And the one thing that I love is that Gerwig didn't show Amy as the bratty younger sister but gave her a mercurial personality which rivals Jo's own. And the coolest thing about the movie is that it was shot in and around Concord, where Alcott and her family actually lived. And I don't know about you, but I just love these personal little touches in movies here or there. Now, the second movie I want to tell you about is a Harry Potter movie. Now, I'm really sorry about this. This is not the last time I'll be doing this because I'm a huge Potterhead and I just can't get enough of the Harry Potter books and the movies and whatever else. I know I might be a little bonkers, but I'm completely obsessed with the wizarding world. And If you don't think Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is the best movie out of all 7, not counting Cursed Child or Fantastic Beasts, you're either kidding yourself or you're a humbug. I mean, come on, what else do you need? They don't need haircuts in this. Now, Harry and his friends become teenagers in this, and the movie perfectly captures the time when Harry and his friends transition from kids to teenagers. And Daniel Radcliffe is just at his peak here. He just gets into the character and portrays Harry's angst splendidly. We also get to see some of the most iconic moments of the whole series, including Hermione punching Malfoy. I'm sorry for Tom, but that was something that we all wanted to see. The Time Turner and Harry's tag. And we are also blessed with brilliant performances from Gary Oldman, Alan Rickman, rest in peace, and David Thewlis as Sirius, Snape, and Remus. Just think, all 3 of them in one movie, and they are getting a huge amount of screen time. You are seeing these legends on screen, and you are not counting this as one of the best movie adaptations ever? You are stupid. Not to mention, Gambon is at his best Dumbledore in this movie. And bonus point? No zero personality movie Ginny. Again, not throwing shade at Bonnie Wright. Her character was written badly. It's not her fault. Now, the next movie I want to talk about is Ready Player One, which was released in 2018. Although I won't say that this was Steven Spielberg's best work, it is not his worst work either. RP1 is a good film, not because of the storytelling, which was kind of unfulfilling and empty, but because of the way the film merges reality and the virtual world together. The film itself is thrilling and it's chock full of action sequences and big explosions, and it is that movie that you watch with friends and family for fun. Though not a film that you would want to watch more than one time, like other of Spielberg's creations, but Ready Player One does have some great lessons to learn, like finding a purpose in life, though how it is visualized in the film wasn't the best, but just finding a purpose in life so there is no sudden urge to escape from reality because it is hard. The thing that I can say about this movie is that it is the best possible version that could have been made from the material, because in my opinion, video game movies don't work that well. It was a commendable effort, and I don't think anyone other than Spielberg could have pulled it off. The next movie on my list is The Life of Pi, which was released in 2012. So for my description of this movie, let's get into the mystical, poetical voice and stuff. Alright, let's start. This movie is a miracle. Everyone thought that this book was unfilmable. A boy on a raft with a lion and random animals? How do you stretch that into a 2-hour movie? But somehow, Ang Lee created a poetic masterpiece out of the book. The movie shows that Lee has spiritual and visual mastery, and his awesomeness shines through the movie. The movie is more than a raft in the middle of the sea. It is a whole journey, the journey of how a human can be resourceful and learn to live with others, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Even if there is a possible danger to our life, we can learn how to turn the potential danger into something harmless and even helpful to us. Although most of the scenes of Richard Parker, the tiger, were CGI, Sundar Sharma, who played Pi, gave a remarkable performance as he grows wiser and he learns how to survive. Men and animals regard each other with incomprehension. We don't understand each other, and therefore we believe that the other one is a threat to us. The movie shows us that this can change when one spends enough time trying to understand. During the course of 227 days, the man and the tiger come to the realization that neither one is the master or a victim of the other, but another being, just a mortal, treading the earth like countless others. The movie shows this in a simplistic way, one which we can try to comprehend. Hey, that sounds kinda nice, I could be a motivational speaker, and I wasn't kidding. Those are my real thoughts about the movie and the book, and I wrote that. Isn't it nice? Sorry for that. Now, this is the last movie on my list, and it is a classic, so I wanted to keep it for the end, and it is Matilda, which was released in 1996. I'm smart. You're dumb. It doesn't matter if you're 40 years older. I'm not saying that to you, I'm sorry. But that is the main theme of Matilda, and it is constantly proved by the child protagonist of the book, Matilda Wormwood, who is a child prodigy with lazy, obnoxious, and stupid parents who don't feel that she is worthy of their attention. The director of the movie, Danny DeVito, has this impish sense of humor and it shines through the movie. And do you know the biggest surprise? Matilda, the movie, is as magical as Matilda, the book. Just think, it's a Roald Dahl book. And it seems as if Roald Dahl himself casted the actors because each one of them was absolutely splendid in their roles. Mara Wilson, who played Matilda, shone in the performance. From her mannerisms to her soft voice, like Matilda, I always pictured her to have a soft voice, so Wilson was actually Matilda herself. The movie is at its core a dark family comedy that is suited for older children, but all ages can watch it and love it. It shows how neglect of a child can lead to severe consequences, but it is shown in a way that leaves one with a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Matilda doesn't condescend to other children and shows that age is not a barrier. It is an amazing adaptation, one worth watching. So, that was all for today. What do you think of my best novel to movie adaptations ever? If you like this episode, please rate, review, and follow us. If you're listening on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.